Hi everybody. So we are starting week 3. We're getting into some really important information, really good stuff for you for your future teaching. So this is all about something called the critical period theory or the critical period hypothesis, and then also getting into second language acquisition theories. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna be looking at is the critical period hypothesis. We're going to start off with a case study. This is a girl named Jeannie, and some of you may have come across her before in an education class or a psychology class or child development class. So you can read all about Jeannie, read about her case, and I have a full documentary. It's about an hour long. You can watch it. You don't have to watch the full documentary, but I do want you to watch at least a little bit of it and just kind of check out the way that Jeannie moves, the way that she communicates, hear her speech, just kind of see her and check her out, okay? But probably once you start watching it, you are going to want to watch the whole thing. It's absolutely fascinating. Okay, and then I've got an article here on age and the critical period hypothesis. It's pretty short, but read that. Okay, so then I've got some questions for you to answer down here. Okay, and then the next thing is a lesson plan. So we're going to be writing a few lesson plans in this class over the course of the next few weeks. The first one is kind of a little bit different than most lesson plans that you're going to write. What we're thinking of here is we're going to write one for one single student. This is going to be for Jeannie. Okay, so we're thinking about her and her case, and if you were the teacher of Jeannie, what would be an appropriate lesson for her? Okay, so I've given you the standard here. I just copy and paste it, and if you want to check out the full California state standards, you can check it out here. I've got the link, and then use this template. If there's another template that you like better, that you're used to, you can use that. Just make sure that it has all of these components to it. And then some tips here. And then basically there's two parts to this. So you're going to be writing your lesson plan, okay, and filling that out and then uploading that. And then you're going to be doing some reflection on the lesson plan. So basically, you know, just answering these questions, all right? I want to know your process. How, when you were writing your lesson plan, how difficult was it? What kind of challenges did you come across? Was it easy for you? Were you confused? That kind of thing. I've got questions here for you. So this is sometimes a little bit confusing because there is a reflection section in the template, but that's not what I'm referring to. That is something a little bit different. That would be if you actually taught this lesson plan to live students, which you're not doing in this case, and then you kind of saw, you know, did the lesson work? How did the students respond to that? And then if you're going to teach it again, you know, what would you do different next time? But so it's, that part is not really going to be appropriate for this because you're not really doing that this time. So you can leave that part blank in this case, but I want you to do a part 2 for this assignment and reflect on your process, okay, if that makes sense. All right, and then the next one is a quiz, and the quiz is based on this article. This is about Dr. Stephen Krashen. You can read a little bit about him here. He is kind of the godfather or guru of our what we understand about second language acquisition and the theories. His writings are what are kind of the foundation of second language acquisition theories. So you can read about his theories here. And then I've got some information about a very special population of second language learners called Generation 1.5. Some of you may have heard of this before. Some of you are part of this group. So you can read about them. They have very special needs, and many of you, probably most of you, will have Generation 1.5ers in your classes. So this is really large population that we have here in the Central Valley. It's really important to know about them, and some tips for instructors, and then I've got some questions that I want you to answer. Then the next one is about two different methodologies for teaching English learners. One is called ELD, English Language Development, and the other one is called SEDI, Specially Designed Academic Instruction in English, or sometimes called Sheltered English. And they're just kind of two different approaches or two different methodologies. Many times a classroom will use kind of a combination of both, but it's important to kind of know the distinctions and the kind of the functions of both. So you can read about both. I've got some materials here for you. If you want to read further, look up some more articles, feel free to do that, but please link your articles, okay, if you do use some more different information. And I've got, I'm just asking you to write a paragraph about them and answer these questions. Okay, and then this is a fun one. So I'm asking you to design the ideal language school. Here's a video by Dr. Krashen. He's kind of lecturing about some of the basis of his theory. He's a really good lecturer, very entertaining. I think you're going to really enjoy what he says here. He really explains it very well. And then some kind of different methods and approaches, just going through some of the different methodologies, kind of a historical look back. Some of them are not good, not very effective. But some of them are. So you can kind of take a look at these and what, you know, you would kind of gravitate towards. And then this is what I want you to think about. You're designing a language school for beginning learners. You are going to choose your target language. It could be English or it could be a different language. And then you're going to define the different features of your language school here. So answer all these questions. And based on everything that you've learned this week from all the different materials and sources that you've gone through, all the different activities for this week, you're going to try to come up with the best methods, materials, the best pedagogical approach, the best way to teach language. Okay, so if you could do anything at all, what would you do? All right, and so that is basically what this assignment is all about. And then the last one is a discussion, so just one discussion this week. And this is a really great discussion because I'm asking you about your experience, and we're going to apply some of what we know about second language acquisition theory to it. So read about this. There's internal factors that determine whether or not a student is going to be a successful language learner or not. And then there are some external factors. So read all about those. And then what I want you to do is to pick just one language learning or language acquisition experience that you have had. Everybody has had at least one, whether it's been successful or not. And in your original post, I want you to describe that. So just pick one. And then for your replies, I want you to pick one of your classmates. It could be one that someone has already replied to, but try to look around and pick one that either no one has replied to or not too many people have replied to already. And I want you to analyze it, and I want you to list the different factors and see which one of them applies. Okay, so your classmate will tell you if they felt that they were successful or not, and then you're going to explain to them based on these internal and external factors why they were successful or not successful. Okay, so we're going to use the information that we learned in this document and all throughout the week, and really think about why they were successful or not successful. This is a really great discussion, and it really gets to the whole point of why we're doing this, why we're learning language, why we're teaching language, second language, and it's just a really good one. So I can't wait to hear what you all put in the discussion and get in here and interact with each and every one of you. I think it's going to be a really good one, and I think you're going to enjoy it. Okay, let me know if you have any questions or anything comes up. I am going to be trying to catch up on the grading of your first week's assignments. Over the weekend, I'm going to try to catch up with that, and let me know if you have any questions about that or run into any problems. I'll be talking to you later. Okay, bye-bye.